Oh, do you want to hear about this Christian Beauty and the Beast show that I went to on air or off air?
On air. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Bimbo Book Club Season 2.
I am I am Bertude, and that is Jade.
Thanks.
I didn't have a pun for you. Mine barely
Well,
worked.
it worked. It worked. How have you been, Diva? I'm gonna act like we haven't been catching up off air for about the last hour.
Yeah, no, so great to just jump into this cold with you.
Right.
I'm doing great. It is, what are we, 2 months out from Diva Cup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
about.
about 2 months out from Diva Cup, and I have been running nonstop. It kind of feels like time blurred between season one and season two, but I'm excited to be back. What are my big hitters recently? I mean, recently off the top, I did go to a production of Beauty and the Beast that had a Christian twist.
And in
Tech
in what way?
Technically Seventh Day Adventist, but the only difference is the day they go to church. I'll be real. Um,
Wait, do they go to church on Saturday?
yeah, they do. So my boyfriend June grew up Seventh Day Adventist, or like in a Seventh Day Adventist like school surrounded by it. I'm right by Loma Linda, California, which is, I believe, the largest concentration of Seventh Day Adventists. It's a
Damn.
blue zone because people live 20 to 30 years beyond the average life expectancy because Seventh Day Adventists don't drink, don't smoke. I don't think they do caffeine, like very strict rules about what you put in your body.
Yeah, like
Um,
borderline Mormon.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
would say certainly not as harmful as Mormons, and certainly not as hateful as Mormons, but like still Christian.
Yeah.
Still got some stuff to figure out. My boyfriend June grew up doing shows with this production company that does Seventh Day Adventist style productions. And so he went to take me to Beauty and the Beast, which is advertised like it's the Disney version. But once you get there, you find out it's based on the public domain fairy tale.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I love Inland Empire Theater. Can I tell you why?
Please. Was hoping you would.
Okay. I feel like I this might be like demeaning to people. I don't know. I didn't know about the Inland Empire before I moved out here. The Inland Empire is like next to Los Angeles. It's like what's inland from Los Angeles. It's where like it's like the suburbs of LA, but because it's LA,
Yeah.
it's like massive. It's like 60 miles and pretty much stays city the whole time.
Yeah.
Um so Inland Empire Theater, I love because triple threat in theater, right? Singing, acting, dancing. Anyone who can do all three of those has moved to Los Angeles. So you are getting maximum two of the three. And
Mhm.
I once saw a production of Annie, which we all know how I feel about Annie, but
Yeah.
Annie could belt, but she could not sing. And it was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life because it
So
was
she could
just,
belt, but she couldn't just like hit a note like a
yeah,
normal, good old.
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it either. It was a great feat of humanity. I was blown away.
That's wild because I would imagine okay, they can sing and act, but they can't dance, or they
Yeah,
can dance and they can sing, but they can't act. But that's like she's even splitting off
yeah.
one of those multi hyphenates.
Yeah, like I would argue maybe she had 2.5 of the skills, which didn't occur to me. But
That's crazy.
yeah, it's bizarre. And this one was no different.
Just a quick clarifying question. Was it a musical or just a play?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. It was a musical.
Okay.
And it
Original song?
was mostly
Okay.
but also
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
old
No.
hymns. So
Well,
anyway, I
that
highly recommend getting high and going to see Christian theater.
okay. Okay. And I embrace that. I embrace that fact. I don't think I'll be doing it personally,
Mhm.
but I do embrace that. And I'm really happy for you that you did that. What would you
Thank you.
rate it out of 10, please?
The experience is a 10 out of 10 for me
Okay.
because bad theater is my Super Bowl.
Right. Which we'll get into.
Uh, yeah, touchdown. Let's count to
Touchdown.
four.
Yeah.
But production quality wise, yeah, I've seen worse. I'd put it a solid 5.6. I mean, like
Okay.
middle of the road for
Okay.
Christian theater,
Perfect.
middle of the road.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah,
Love
probably
it. Love it.
slightly above average for like religious theater, just like for
Yeah.
community theater, middle of the road.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, that's great.
tune in, check it out, folks.
Check it
What?
out.
Give me the highlights from your little hiatus.
Well, first of all, I went out to Miss California, and saw my dear, dear friend Bert here. Um, we, I'm going to be honest, it was probably the worst vacation of my life. Just a lot of things happened. I got sick pretty much immediately.
It
Got my
sucked.
fiance
It was
sick.
so rough.
It was rough. I was having pretty much a mental breakdown. Then I started my period. Was the worst period I've had in years. Couldn't stand up straight.
Can't
um,
do anything straight.
it was truly one of the worst weeks of my life. However, I got to see my dear friend multiple times. I made it
Twice?
out of the house twice.
I made it out of the
One.
house twice.
You made it out of the house twice. And one of those days, I'm going to say it. I'm going to announce it right here. We went to Disneyland. We did. We went to Disneyland.
We made the pilgrimage.
We did. And, did I buy those tickets before, I had gotten sick, period, etc.? Yes. But then by the time we got to that day, because it was the last day of the trip, I was I was standing up straight.
Yeah. And it
We had a
was
good time.
everyone, you rallied exactly the right amount that you needed to rally. And also, like, the group we went with was so chill.
So chill.
Your fiance saved the day,
Yeah.
by the way. Like,
Yeah.
had the map ready to go, getting us
Yeah.
directions, getting us everywhere. Could not have done it without Rev. But
Yeah.
also, like, we just were like, here are a few things that I would really love to do, but like, let's
Mhm.
vibe it.
But
And
let's
if you're
vibe.
gonna
Let's
do a
hang out.
Disney day, I recommend doing it off vibes. I know there are people who will tell you the exact opposite to plan it down to a
Yeah.
second.
But I
Vibe
do it
it,
on vibes.
especially if it's only one day. There's so much you're not gonna see at all. So
Yeah.
just vibe it. Just vibe
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. Just vibe it.
And
So
have a T-Boy navigator. I mean,
exactly.
if I
I
can
mean,
make one recommendation, give a
that's an
T-Boy a
important
map.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, give a T-boy a map. Oh God, when you give a T-boy a map? Oh,
If you give a T-Boy a map.
I mean seriously. I mean
Seriously.
seriously, y'all. I'm not even fucking joking.
Mm-mm.
But yeah. Anyway, it was one of those beautiful moments in life that you think, okay, like life has never been this horrible, but yet I'm surrounded by the people that mean the most to me. So, um,
We were all
going through it.
going through it. I mean, the TikTok we made was like life's in shambles, but we're at Disney. Like,
Yeah.
everyone was kind of in a rough patch, but hey, it's the happiest place on earth. And I was happier. I was happier.
Yes.
I did
Yes.
get so sick afterwards, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I also had 3 beers, which is not what I would recommend at an amusement park.
There's that. Wait, you got sick like you puked?
So I puked immediately after I got home. But that's not uncommon for me after roller coaster. Most times I
Yeah.
go to amusement parks, that's like a necessary evil, is like I will throw up afterwards.
Yeah.
I got like actually sick a few days later. I don't think it was what you had because I was
Okay.
chilling within a couple days. Like it was like 2 days and I was back.
Okay,
Um,
fierce. Fierce, fierce,
but
fierce.
yeah, I got sick from something. And initially I thought it was just the 3 beers I had before going on Tower of Terror. But I think it was also just like being around that many people.
Being
I'm
around
not
that many
around
people.
that many people very often.
Same.
I try to avoid crowds. But
Yeah.
it was not crowded for Disney the day we went,
It
which
was
was
not. And it
awesome.
was a nice vibe. It was great. It was also, I feel like, a rite of passage for us because,
Mm-hmm.
as we'll get into today, I'm sure, we've had some experiences with Disney, and Disney is kind of, I wouldn't call it the backbone of our friendship, but I would call it
It's a cornerstone. It's
the
foundational.
tailbone, the
Yeah,
tailbone of our friendship,
I would call it like the anus of our friendship.
Right, right, right. Like I would call it like the tits and ass of our friendship.
Right, like we save it for our partners, but like you need it to survive.
Exactly. So it was a really fulfilling moment, and it turned my, 7 days of pure hell and terror into um like fun.
Like 6 days.
Like, to
Like,
just put it simply, just fun, fun.
and that's what you need. Is just like the let's go have fun. And that's kind of our vibe for like we weren't like let's go Disney and see this and do this and do that. We were like we'll find shit to
Yeah.
do.
We'll find
It's
it
an
to
amusement
do.
park. We'll be amused. Just roll up
We'll,
and find it out.
we'll be amused. I will say that.
I learned so much about Disney culture because I've always kind of been like appreciation, not appropriation when it comes to Disney.
Mhm.
I appreciate it from a distance, but I don't engage frequently.
Correct.
I You taught me that the California park has much better food
Mhm.
than the Florida park. I didn't know that was true.
Yes.
So I had another one that I already forgot. Oh, Sleeping Beauty's one broke bitch because her castle
Sleeping
is
Beauty
so
is broke as
small.
fuck. Can I talk about it? Can I have the
Please,
space to talk about it?
please talk about this. I also have a clip of you explaining it in the park. If it's funny, I'll send it to you and you can put that in here. But please
Perfect.
speak on it because I don't remember anything about that clip.
I'll speak on it and we'll also see the clip because
Yeah.
here's what I have to say. I know that I am a little biased because I'm a Florida girl through and through. Like that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like Disney World, Walt Disney World. That's my shit. I think that Disneyland is great and it does what it needs to do, but I also think there's an element of whichever one you grew up hearing about more, going to more,
Mhm.
being around more. I think, I'm from the East Coast, you're from the West. It's like, I think like it makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Whatever.
Also, I'm from
Um
the Midwest. I'm not really from a coast.
yeah, you're like
I live on the West Coast. So that
yeah.
was icky and pretentious. Move on.
No, it wasn't. I mean, like, yeah, but like you're like more this way.
I did grow up going to California. I think I went to Disney World once, but I was like one or two. Like I don't
Yeah,
remember it.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
any of the ones that I remember are going to Disneyland. I don't remember
yeah.
ever going to Disney World.
No, no. And I'm the opposite. I never went to Disneyland until a few years ago. And I went once and then I went again this past time we went. But anyway, I think that it's great. It's wonderful. It doesn't need to do whatever, whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
I think, if I can speak frankly, Sleeping Beauty is a broke fucking bitch. She has nothing. She has nothing. That
not a
castle is
thing.
so fucking small. So what happens is I walk in, I go, oh my God, I'm like totally in Magic Kingdom.
Ready to do the
I'm
like,
not.
hey now, this is what dreams are made of. First time seeing the
Right. Like
castle since
that's what I
COVID.
expect. That's what I
Yeah.
expect to do. I expect to go down on knees, hands up, hey now, slow down version,
Yeah.
And you walk in and you go, yay, we're here. It feels the same. Everything feels the same. Entrance feels the same. And then you look ahead and you go, oh my God, the castle's missing. Then you walk a little closer and you go, oh, wait, no, it's not. It's right there. That thing is so small. I mean, it's like maybe 1,700 square feet, two bedroom, two bathroom, if I had to guess. Where does she put her fucking guests? She has those like the three fairies. She has her husband.
Hmm.
Doesn't she have, no, both of her parents are dead, right?
She has a spinning wheel.
She has a spinning wheel. I'm sure her and Maleficent are like cool now. So like
Yeah, because of
probably
the
she comes
Angelina
over.
Jolie movies.
Right. Like probably she comes over
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like she has a lot of family and a lot of people that are rotating in and out. I feel like and to have only one guest bedroom for a princess is like really fucking weird. Like so
And
her and
Tinkerbell
Philip,
swinging by every night when she rides the firework thing and
yeah,
lands
so
on
like
her
I'm sure
castle.
she stays sometimes. Like she probably
Girls'
needs to
night.
stay
Yeah.
girls night. Yeah, and does she not have friends over? Like, does she not have like Snow White or like Moana or
Hmm.
like Elsa or like whatever the fuck? Do they not come over? So I'm like, I don't know. It's just a little weird to me for a princess to have like that small. We're also house pilled. We're also we need a house, we need a house, we need a house. But here's what I have to say.
What?
Spent, for the money that she spent on that fucking small ass house, she could have rented the most amazing condo, like beachfront, like 5 stories, like whatever the fuck. But instead, because property tax and just like general like real estate in California is so fucking high,
Yes.
she is house pilled and she said, no, I have to have this house. She probably spent what, 3.5 million on it. And it's
Yeah, if it
that
was
fucking
dilapidated.
small.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's like pretentious of me. Back in my day, princesses had big castles. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Ah.
Anyway, that's my
Anyway,
rant.
sue me.
Sue me. Well, let's get on with the show. Guys, we have a very self indulgent treat for you today.
Us.
Us.
This is us.
This is us. So when we were talking about how we wanted to come back with a bang, and please note, we were supposed to do this in person, but unfortunately, the aforementioned sick happened.
We were gonna have about 3 in-person episodes for you folks, and
Uh-huh.
then sickness hit the towers.
then the sickness hit the towers. Um,
But that's going to be a
so
trend for us. You're going to see how sickness has
yes,
helped
hit the
and
tower.
hurt us throughout the years.
Exactly. Um, so we still wanted to do it and we wanted to have a great time doing it. So here we are. It's Valentine's Day as we're filming this.
Oh my God, yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Will you be my
Um,
Valentine?
you and yours. Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. We don't have, once we hang up the call, we can be our significant other's
No,
Valentines.
but
But
for now we're each other's. What we wanted to do today was tell you the story of us, how we met, just our general friendship. So this is us book clubbing our friendship through the years. Because I do feel like I'm not even being that self-indulgent. Like I feel like we have kind of a fun, meet cute
we
story.
do.
Like
And
we
we
became friends on such interesting circumstances multiple times over the
I
years.
agree. And I think I'm very much a person who, if we are not in the same town, if we are not in the same area, it's not that I forget about you. It's not that I don't care about you, but I maybe communicate less frequently. And I
Yeah.
love those relationships are really important to me because when I reach out to those people and it's
Mhm.
like no time has passed and we're excited to talk, like that's really a good form of love for
Mhm.
me. But you're probably the person who I've like distance has fluctuated the most and I've stayed like the
Mhm.
most consistently in contact with
Consistent.
too. And
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't know. You're
It's
probably like a really good
special.
person for me. Yeah, you are a very
Oh,
special person in my life.
fuck. So yeah, we just wanted to do this because I think it's fun and I know this is maybe not interesting for some people, but here's the story of us and how this podcast came to be for our 5 listeners. So,
Exactly. For all of you, this is what has led to you sitting here listening to this. And
but can I
actually,
manifest really quick?
yes, go.
We're gonna have more listeners this year. We're gonna have
Oh,
more than our like five
absolutely.
to ten consistent listeners. We're gonna get the
15
numbers.
to 20.
We're gonna have 15 to fucking 20. So hey,
2027, 45 subscribers. Hear me out.
hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me
Clock
out.
in. Clock in.
Anyway,
Um,
so cheers to friendship and we shall begin.
we shall begin. I was thinking, and can
Hmm.
I be even more self-indulgent than this and
Hmm.
share like 3 sentences, more than 3 sentences, but a little bit about how what I was doing prior to meeting you. Because
Yes, I think that's important
I
to
think
know.
our backstories are, it's interesting that we found each other at the point of our lives
It
when we did.
really is.
Um, so I've hit this nail on the head a million times in season one, but I grew up in a very Christian town. I went to a private Christian middle school, private Christian high school, was like asked to leave, but was already planning to leave a little bit early. Not anything official, but like no one wanted me there. I met a woman in a clothing store that I worked at in the ski resort near my town. And she was talking about her husband having a production company. At 16 years old, I actually knew a lot about what I needed to. I knew a lot about the projects they'd worked on. Shockingly, I didn't think they actually had much like credit to their name. They had a ton, and it was stuff I knew, and probably the best job interview I've ever done in my life. Didn't even know it was. And she said, "Oh my God, here's my email. Like, email me. We'll get you set up with an internship." I emailed her the next day, signed up for a college internship, did all of this stuff, and then was like, "By the way, I'm 17." After I'd like shown up, and moved to LA. Went to my parents and said, "I'm gonna move to LA in January of 2018. You can support me and know where I'm going, or you cannot support me and I'll just go." And thank God they supported me because I didn't have a plan for the other option. And while I was there, I graduated early and was in LA for the second half of my senior year of high school and wound up like doubling my time with the production company. And thank God I did because the second group of interns that came in featured this bitch right here.
Featured me.
Yeah,
And I guess for my little piece of where I
please.
was, um, we've alluded to this a million times on this channel. I entered college. Yeah, I'm a lesbian. I'm proud of it. I met some people who weren't great for me, and I transferred schools, met those people when I transferred schools, got in with a weird group, and I decided to go back in the closet. And then I made a new friend group, and I, instead of being like, oh, these people seem more chill and cool, let me be myself, I said, no, let me go harder. Let me actually double
Let me
down.
double down.
Let me double the fuck down. And they won't even know because this other group did know that I was gay at a point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met who are now two of my best friends in the whole wide world, Patty and Hannah, 2 out of our 5 listeners.
Hey, girls.
And I decided to double down and say, no, 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 I am straight. I always have been straight
Mm-hmm.
and I always will be straight.
And I'm so glad that's held.
And so at this point, it's like nearing the end of my sophomore year of college. Spoiler alert, I am a few years older than this bitch, but not by much, only 2 ish.
What are you, 87?
Shut the fuck up, 97. So 3 years ish.
3.
But I was born at the end of 97, so.
Okay, so like 2.5.
Exactly. So anyway, I am ending my sophomore year. I'm doing a program with my school where we go to LA for the summer, we do an internship, and we kind of live there and not kind of live there, we live there and we just, experience it and take classes. So I applied to lots of different internships. I had interviews with 2. The first one I almost took on the spot because it was for, I guess I won't say the name of them, but it was for the people who represent a lot of your favorite drag race girls. And it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do because
Because you were
it was
straight.
more, well, yes, exactly. I was straight. So there was that. It was a really cool opportunity. Almost took it on the spot, randomly got an interview with another production company. And I really liked the name of it because it had a quirky name and it felt more like what I wanted to do. So I ended up taking that one. Even though it wasn't as big of a name, I was like, this one seems like it's going to be more fulfilling and educational for me. The other one was like they represented people, and that wasn't really anything I was interested in. I was more interested in scripts and writing and directing and producing and all of that stuff. So anyway, long story short, took this internship, moved to LA summer of 2018 to work here. And yeah, I mean, what was, I want to hear it from your perspective because I've said it already on this podcast that I walked in and I thought you were like, you worked there full time, like you were older than me. You were one of the like, established people there, like young professionals. But what was your vibe with me? You can be honest.
Yeah, when you came in, I didn't say anything to you because I was in a weird little side office room at the time doing I was organizing merch, but it didn't look that way. I had like spreadsheets in front of me. I had like a computer open. I had it just kind of looked like a messy office.
Yeah.
And the office we were in, folks, was also decorated to the gods. It was very fun to look around, but it was very overstimulating. I mean, movie props, action figures, things like that. So a room full of merch maybe wouldn't necessarily be perceived as a room full of merch right off the bat, right? It may just look like a messy room in this office. And you were either with Abby or Camilla. I forget who you were with, but
I think I was with Abby.
I think you were with Abby too, because I think Camilla
we sat out
came
on the couches
later.
at first.
Yeah,
because we didn't know that we could go in that conference room, which is where we ended up
too.
spending a
the
lot
same
of
thing.
time.
Yeah.
So me and Abby sat on the couches for several days.
Yeah, no, I did a lot of that too, but I didn't say anything. And I think part of that was I felt uncomfortable approaching you all because you were older and cooler than me. There was a time where I believed that to be true.
And now you don't believe I'm older?
No, I don't believe you're cooler.
Okay, thank you. Wow.
Yeah. But I remember going up and being like, hi. And then I got kind of a weird vibe from you, probably because you thought I was your boss.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I had a group of interns who were there before who I am not, they were great. We were awesome, work friends. We did a few things together, but they were just internship friends. I would reach out, I would hit them up if they were in town, whatever. But I wasn't necessarily hanging out with them. I certainly didn't start a podcast with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of was like, okay, that's fine. More work friends, you were kind, you were whatever. What I think sealed it for me, where I was like, oh, we're chilling, was Carl's birthday.
Wait, what did we do on Carl's birthday?
So everything.
But like, what did we do?
Okay, so I
I'm not
don't
remembering that
remember
specific
Carl's
day.
birthday very clearly, but I think it's June 22nd. Folks, the problem now is that Carl's birthday is every day. We're okay.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
a coworker or at this internship named Carl. Hi, Carl. We love you, Carl. Happy birthday, Carl. And one of the first times we hung out just happened to be like at work. It was Carl's birthday. And so we went out and we got cupcakes for Carl. And we
Mhm.
came back. He's lactose intolerant. This is a recurring trend. Carl is going to keep getting dairy treats for his birthday, folks, and he's going to continue being lactose intolerant, just in case you're wondering. So, so we bring him cupcakes, and he says, "Thanks, I'm lactose intolerant," and we're like, "Ah, sorry, dude." Um,
And he's like
and
legitimately, like not like everyone says, where they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I
not
can't,
like Papa
I
lactate
can't."
and is fine. Like
Yeah, no,
genuinely cannot have
he
dairy.
like doesn't eat dairy.
Yeah. And so we hung out after work that day. And I just remember we went to like four different places and we were like, should we get it? Fuck it, it's Carl's birthday. And then, and then Carl was not with us.
Or was
Carl
that with
was,
us?
and we were not like homies with Carl yet either. He was like a work friend that we were fond of.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we just kept going, happy birthday, Carl. And then we used that for like 5 more weeks, I would say, including on my birthday. My birthday is like 4 days later. And
Yeah.
four things on my birthday, we were like, fuck it, it's Carl's birthday.
Fuck it, it's Carl's
Um,
birthday.
yeah, and I
You
think
go to
that's
IHOP? Yeah, fuck it, it's
fuck
Carl's
it.
birthday.
It's Carl's birthday. Happy birthday, Carl.
Happy birthday,
So
Carl.
now every day is Carl's birthday. If you
Does
ever see
Carl know
Carl,
that we had that joke?
yes, because we went to IHOP and we said it was his
Right.
birthday, and they brought him
Okay.
ice cream, and he said, "I can't eat this. I'm lactose intolerant."
And we said, you know, that's fair.
And
That's fair, Carl.
and then we ate it.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Okay.
Or when we
That
were at Chipotle and we made the joke, and that lady came up to our table and was like, "I hear we have a birthday," and then gave Carl a gift card for a free burrito.
damn. That was back when people used to give out things for people's birthday. People do not do that
Yeah,
anymore.
when we were a proper country.
We're a proper country. This
Well, you have to
pre-COVID
sign up.
world.
Yeah, when you have to sign up for a rewards program and like provide a butthole pic and your social security number so they can confirm your birthday.
Absolutely. It's what I
Fuck
had to do.
you. It's
Yeah.
Carl's birthday. Believe
Carl's
me or
birthday.
die. So I
That is
think
so funny.
that's what sealed it. Like I don't know why that's what it was, but I just
Yeah.
I think what it was that it was such a stupid bit. And I
Yeah.
kept waiting for you to tell me to give it up because that's what everyone else did before that. And I
Yeah.
think you were the first person I met where neither of us stopped the bit. And it was that night or a similar night that we got Am I Right, Ladies, which was like years and years we were
Yep.
turning to our entourage of undead Republican senators
Hmm.
whenever we need validation, going, Am I right, ladies? Rush Limbaugh and Coulter, they weren't dead yet. And Coulter's still not
Right.
dead, unfortunately, but Rush
And
Limbaugh
Rush
wasn't dead
Limbaugh
yet.
is not a woman, but to us,
He is. No, Ann Coulter was the only
she is.
woman. So
Oh.
Ann Coulter, he is to
Why
us.
you said senators? Why did I think you just said women, Republican women?
Because
And I was like,
you can
Rush
only
Limbaugh is
see
not a woman.
senators as women. You're like
That's actually
miles
really
ahead
woke
of
of
everyone
me.
else. Yeah, yeah.
That's so woke of me. Oh
You're
my
like some man
God.
stands up and it's like, it's okay, I'm a doctor. And you're like, but you're a man.
But you're a man. Okay,
Oh wait.
that's so funny because I was literally gonna ask you, like, I don't remember the moment we like truly became friends. Like truly became friends.
Mm-hmm.
The only idea I had was I know you decided to walk over to the Grove with me one day
Yeah.
after work,
I think that was Carl's
and
birthday.
that might have been. And I
Yeah.
feel like that was the day I was like, "Oh, like we're actually friends. Like we're not just like, oh, we're work friends. Like we're actually
Yeah,
friends."
I would agree with that. And I think that's also, I probably like jumped at that because my mom was coming into town for my birthday. My
Yeah.
sister was also moving in with me out there at the time because she didn't have a place to live and I did. So she came and lived with me. And I was like, they're gonna be out here for my birthday and I need friends. I said
Mhm.
optics. And so I invited you, Camilla, Abby, or no, maybe it was just you and I don't know if Camilla was there yet. It might have just
I
been
think she
you.
came in a little later
Yeah,
in the
because
summer.
I get my birthday and the going away party mixed up. But I
Mhm.
think it was you and Abby and maybe one other person we don't talk about anymore. Um,
I can't wait to bleep that.
I can't wait to bleep her name.
Fuck.
She's so funny in theory. She is so funny in theory.
So funny.
And then you remember she's a real
Not
person
even
who can
in
like,
theory.
yeah.
In
But then you
real.
remember she like has kind of influence in the world and is like an upper
That's true.
middle class rich Republican, and you're like, uh-oh.
That's true. Uh-oh.
But she's really funny. She's
Mm-hmm.
really funny.
He's really funny.
I will never forget when we were on the back porch of that house and we were all just kind of like listening to music, whatever. And Wicked was playing 2018, so pre-movie, everything. And she starts singing For Good, and we kind of were like, okay. And then we kind of,
Okay.
started talking to each other a little bit. She went, shh, like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a star.
And I said, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Um,
That's what I'm saying. Like, she is
yeah,
so fucking funny.
she is. And we have so many good bits about her now.
So many
Like,
good bits. We should talk about them on this podcast, and we'll give her like a new name, new persona, new everything, just so we can talk about them.
what should her new name be?
Christina.
Ooh, I like. I have some quotes from her that are the craziest thing. I
We'll
forget
do an
what she
episode
said
about her.
about drag queens, but I have it saved somewhere on my phone, and it's probably unforgivable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I just remember like, and I think that's honestly a good thing. Like, I don't remember specifically a moment of us
Yeah.
being like, okay, we're friends now. I just like have all kinds of different moments just like floating around in my head.
And that's what I think is so fun, is it's like it's not even like special days and stuff. It's just like shit we did where we're like, oh, that's so fun. Or like,
Yeah.
right, so that day, I think Carl's birthday, we went to the Grove, and that's when we like
Mhm.
did Queer Eye in the Sky, which is where we went
Right.
to the third floor of Barnes and Nobles and looked down at the people and
Mhm.
recommended plastic surgery and just like
Mhm.
outfit tweaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when we found SK's
Yeah.
Donuts.
Oh my God. Let's plug them.
Hey, we had it the other day, holds up.
It does. It holds up. It was really fucking good.
Yeah,
SK's Donuts. It was not just a thing we liked in our early 20s,
no.
um,
Cochrane
late
in
teens,
third
early
in
20s.
or in LA, I think Cochrane in third.
And third. It is
Likely
on
right.
third. I know
Cochrane is
that.
the one that we were on, and it was right up that street. So yeah, Cochrane in
Yep.
third. Check
Yep.
it out, right across the street from the fire department.
Like seriously, just go get a fucking dozen.
And they have such fun flavors, and they're super chill price for like an LA
Super
treat. For
chill
like
price.
you're in the Grove and you need like a decent treat. SK's
Mhm.
Donuts is walking distance, and you great, a lot of good flavors. They had an ube one.
Was it good?
I
I
didn't
didn't
have it
try
because
that.
I was worried about the flavoring, but June said he loved it. So
Yeah. I had the creme brulee one because that was always my favorite.
hell yeah.
So good. And then they just gave us they gave me a free one because they were like, here's
Oh yeah.
another.
I
I was like,
forgot that they did that. It's so fun. You don't get things like that anymore, to get that
yeah,
experience of, oh, a free donut. That feels
yeah.
wonderful.
And if the people who own this place are horrible, please don't tell us.
Yeah. I don't think
Please,
so, because
please don't.
the vibe, I feel like it wouldn't have stayed open in LA that long if it was shitty.
Yeah, but you just never know.
Yeah, maybe they suck. Don't tell us. Go get
Don't
SKs.
tell us.
And if they suck, then steal a donut and tip the workers.
Yeah.
We were at a bar, me and Christine, the Texas girl who we love. Christina, me
Christina.
and Christina. And we met a man and his husband, and the man had served on or was involved with the prosecution team during the Charles Manson and the OJ Simpson trial. He was like working in the prosecutor's office or working with the prosecutor for part. I don't know the logistics of it. He talked about that. About halfway through, he mentioned how he met his husband and kind of kept telling the stories. He finishes talking about his role as a prosecuting member, team, whatever. I don't know how court works, in the Manson trial and in the OJ Simpson trial. And Christina says, wait, oh my God, you're gay?
This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying, guys. She's really funny. But we can't support, but it's so fucking funny.
Remember when I did that photo dump with a throwback pic with her in it and I blurred her face out?
Can you blurt her
When
face?
she still followed me?
Yes. Wait, that's actually insane.
We were
I
2020 levels of woke at that point. So I'll blame it on that. But
yeah. Anyway,
oh my God, that was so funny.
guys, Republicans can be
Wait, so
really
you're
funny
gay?
sometimes. Wait, you're gay? Um, yeah. Okay. So that's our sort of origin, I guess you could say.
Yes, that summer. And in that summer, we've mentioned them all, but like Abby, Camilla, Carl, we love you.
We
Though
love you.
we were all quintuple, I
Uh-huh.
think, called the Human Centipede.
The human centipede. We
Oh
had
my
a
God,
group
and
chat
Jake.
called the human centipede. Oh, and Jake. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
he
there
left
was
early, so that doesn't count. Remember, he like got kicked out of his apartment and he was like, "Today's my last day." And they were like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, my lease
yeah,
is like I have to fly home tomorrow." And they were like, "Okay, bye."
yeah. And then we went to go get that really good food.
Yeah, and then he was sad that you weren't sad that he was leaving, so you took the condensation from your drink and dabbed it on your face and went, "Jake, I'm just so sad you're leaving. I'm gonna miss you so much."
I think I was just doing that as a bit. I wasn't not sad. I just
I know it came across so bitchy, and it was so.
well, I was sad.
Mhm,
But you
mhm.
don't have to be crying to be sad.
That hey, write that down.
Hey, write that down.
Put that in
Hey,
your
that's
thought
good.
journal. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
our
was
little
like
origin.
3 months. That was like
Yeah, it
May
was
to
several months.
August.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just like so fun. I look back on that time so fondly. Oh
Can
my
we
God.
hold
It was a
space
blast.
for one more thing
What are we
in this
holding
time
space
frame?
for?
We tried to make a documentary in this time, folks. We have unused footage from our time at the Grove.
Mhm.
We are on the Paytas Prowl. What is the
Yes.
Paytas Prowl, you ask? Why, we identified Trisha Paytas's apartment by the type of window she has in her videos, compared it
Mhm.
to the La Brea apartments that we could see,
Yeah.
and found out which one was hers. We knew she spent a lot of
We
time at the
think.
Grove.
We think.
We did.
I think we're not 100% sure, but like everything is telling us, and we would never tell anyone. We're not going to put her in danger. I mean, she doesn't
No,
live
and
there
she's
anymore.
moved. Yeah,
This
she's
is like,
moved.
I mean, this was 8 years ago.
Yeah,
So
this was 2018. This was like
yeah,
I feel like a chicken nugget. Trisha
yeah,
Paytas.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, we think we found it, and
If not, we
we
found the
walk to the
building
Grove all the time. Can we address that?
looking for Trisha Paytas
We walked from our office that was on Wilshire
to the Grove.
to the Grove.
It's like a mile,
Yeah. It would take us what, like
30-40 minutes. Yeah, we were
thirty,
chilling though.
forty
Like,
minutes?
yeah, because you had to loop around Park La Brea because Park La Brea was
Yeah.
gated.
Yeah.
Um, and
Like
you,
literally past LACMA, like past everything.
I think we went up Fairfax probably and just
Yeah.
walked from Fairfax. But
Anyway, if you know anything about the geography of that area, it was a pretty long walk,
yeah,
but we had a great time and we did it like pretty much every day we worked together.
yeah.
Not pretty much
If
every day, but like
you're
a lot.
yeah, if you're an LA girly, we were walking from like El Rey Theater to the
Yeah.
Grove every day after work, pretty much, or at least twice a week after work.
Yeah. We just not the longest walk, but
No, but I mean, like, why? We it was weird we didn't call Ubers, but whatever.
we
Go
were
us.
poor.
We were poor.
We were interns.
We were interns, and then we went into like our. I call it the dark ages, not so much because like we weren't talking or anything, but just because we were so separated.
Yeah. Yeah. Before the Dark Ages really started,
Yeah,
this was like pretty much immediately after we left each other and we were no longer, neither one of us were in LA. We had a phone call. I remember it so specifically because I was like doing laps around my living room table at home, like
mhm.
back in Virginia.
I
And
think I actually think that I was briefly back in LA at that point because the walk I was going
I think
on,
you
I
were.
remember so clearly because I was walking past the office that we worked at while we had this conversation. And I
Yep.
think
Okay.
because
I
I
do
flew
remember
home
that.
for 2 weeks at the end of the internship, stayed at home for 2 weeks, flew back out here, and then went to college in the Inland Empire.
Mhm.
And so it was during those like week or so that I was back that I called you and I was like, I don't know who
Yeah,
called who, but we were just catching up and I was like, fuck, I missed this bitch.
I know. And that is, we've given like a little bit of this when we introduced marketable traits, but that was the phone call when we were talking. We were like, we have to create content together.
We
We were
have
like,
to.
this friendship is so lucrative. Like, we have to do it. We have to create content. We have to do something. We have to brand this. We have to market this. And then we were talking about what we could do. And I don't know who came up with the idea, but we literally came to this conclusion that
I
like,
think we like landed at the same spot. I think we
yeah,
like we were like advice, and then we were like, but we want to like turn people's like kind of toxic things into like positives
yeah,
without doing much work.
yes. And we were like, what do we love to do with each other? That's
Yeah.
like turning our negatives into positives.
Yeah.
So we created marketable trace right then and there and then did nothing with it for the next 8 years.
Yeah. Truly just sat on it. And we're like,
Yeah.
hey, that's a surprise tool that can help us later.
But it was such a good idea. I love that so much because we like had done our little Trisha Paytas vlogging. We just like generally vlogged a lot.
Yeah.
We were both very like we didn't want to be like content creator influencer types, but we also
No.
were just very like, you're just like a kid and you're unfulfilled in your life and
Yeah.
you're a creative person and like we have these phones right in our hands. Like let's make something.
Let's put it out there.
Um,
And that was also like the intersection of all of our interests. Like we like doing kind of
yeah,
dumb, inconsequential shit together. Like, how else do you really like if you're gonna monetize that, how else do you do it? Like by
right.
just like being a little fun and silly and running around. Like that was our MO, I think.
Yeah,
And we've done a lot of different versions.
we
I was thinking
have.
about that. I was like, we really like if you start at the Paytas Prowl, like that was an early one.
Yeah, that was a very early one. So yeah, I don't know. We had that in us and we said we need to do something and then we really didn't for many, many years. But
Yeah. I think
this has been a work in progress, guys.
I also started college at that point, and I think
Oh
that
yeah.
was like because when you're in a like when you're our age now, I don't hold this to anything else that I say ever in the history of this podcast, but like 2 years isn't that big of an age gap. But
Hmm.
when you're like when I'm 17 and you're like 19, like a sophomore in college, and I'm
Yeah.
going into my freshman year, like that's a pretty big life experience change.
Yeah.
And I hit college and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I hit college in a really weird way because I lived on my own for
Hmm.
6 months. And so I was like kind of going into this more structured
Yeah.
situation. And I crashed out pretty hard briefly.
Yeah. As
And
we
then
all
I,
do. Freshman
yeah,
year is horrible for everyone.
yeah. And I had to figure it out. And I was in a not great relationship with a guy who cheated on me because he had a belly button kink. Uh,
Mhm.
that was fun.
You know that thing that happens your freshman year of college? It
Yeah.
happens to all y'all. Like,
Yeah.
it happens.
When a guy cheats on you because he wants to put his dick in a belly button.
And your belly
Um,
button wasn't deep enough. Yeah.
yeah, my belly button wasn't deep enough because I was like peak eating disorder.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
sad. I was too skinny to accommodate his belly button kink.
Yeah.
Uh,
Talk about that in therapy.
yeah, definitely came up. So I was a little busy, but we did call. We like checked in, and we
Yeah,
were
we
very
checked
like
in.
cold call each other when we have time. If the other
Yeah.
person wasn't around, you didn't answer, whatever.
Yeah.
And
It was just
then
like, oh,
when we
I'm
would
walking to
talk,
class. I'm gonna
yeah,
call.
yeah. And when we would talk for like hours, like as long
Hours.
as we possibly could.
Yeah.
And that's when you told me about rap for the first time.
Yes. Okay. Wait. We
I
need to
was at
go back
Target
for
when
a
you did
second.
that. Do it.
We need to go back for a second because as I mentioned in my little epilogue,
Oh,
no, no,
yes.
no, no, my
Prologue.
prologue, excuse me,
I forgot about this plot line.
technical
This is my
terms.
favorite plot line.
I was in my straight era, and I don't know why in a God's green earth I decided I was going to continue to be in my straight era the summer I lived in fucking Los Angeles. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? However, I was in my straight era. I was really trying with my outfits, with my everything. I was very straight
Mm-hmm.
presenting,
Mm-hmm.
passing. So I
Hashtag
thought.
straight, not narrow.
So I fucking thought. Okay.
And mind you, she was the only one. Everyone else around her was on the same page that she was not straight. She was the only person thinking it.
Yeah, and I think we have talked about this vaguely, but like, can you please just like be completely honest with me about that experience? I think we already have done this, but just
We have. I remember one time really clearly, you had to leave early from like a dinner or something that we were all doing, and we were all like just sitting around talking. And I forget who it was. I think it was like Camilla or Abby, like said something, and they were like, I don't want to be me. But the the way that Jade talks
mhm.
about her sexuality and being straight now doesn't seem dead on. And it was kind of I could tell it was like directed at me because like who else is gonna have the experience?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I agree. I think she's still figuring things out. I can't imagine it's easy in the South. Like I think like obviously she knows we don't give a shit and we just have to like be here when she's
Mhm.
ready to share that. But like, yeah, we all saw her go through Tinder. Like we all saw her like trying to swipe on like all men and being like, yeah, this girl's over there. Like we all saw you doing that. So we all kind of knew. But
Right.
I mean, the thing about you is it was your journey. Like it wasn't like you were talking to me and being like, and you're
Yeah.
straight too. Obviously, like you didn't give a shit who was. So we kind of like it was going on in your own little bubble. And so we
Yeah.
were just like, that's her thing. She'll figure
Yeah.
it out. She'll let us know. And when you called me and let me know, finally, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Welcome the fuck back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's even big that I shared with you guys, like, because do you think if I wouldn't have shared, like, yeah, I did like date a girl at one point, but like I'm straight now, like that was a phase. Do you think you would have clocked it?
Yes, but not as quick.
Okay.
I think that was the part of you that knew you were safe and knew you were in a I think that was the part of you that was testing
Yeah,
the
like I think that
waters.
was huge because, like I
Yeah.
said, the friends I made in college, even though I knew they were safe,
Yeah.
totally. I mean, you know them. They're like, why would
Love
I not
them.
be safe with them?
Yeah.
I still was like, but I was like, it's not about the person. Like, I was very open
Yeah.
about I am the biggest, fiercest ally. I love gay people. I'm obsessed. But
Yeah.
like for me personally, I don't feel like I can be. And so like I feel like it was probably myself being like, I don't know if you are straight,
Right. Yeah.
that shared that information with you guys, which is kind of hilarious because at that point I was trying to remember exactly where I was in my journey. I think when I met you guys, so sophomore year, I had like the biggest crush on someone that played a sport at my college. And I had been sort of like completely pining all of my freshman year. And then when I decided I was straight my sophomore year, I stopped and then we had a class together and we actually met. And we actually like became friends.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
I did the same thing.
Mhm. And I was like, I'm straight, I'm straight, I'm straight, I'm straight, I'm
I know the
straight,
straight
I'm
part, but
straight,
yeah.
I'm straight.
Right.
And she just kept being like kind of flirting and stuff. And I would be like, oh, poor thing. LOL,
She
I'm so
doesn't
straight.
she doesn't get how unavailable I am.
I'm so straight. And then we went on a date, but like I tried to act like it wasn't a date, but I knew it was a date.
Yeah, I remember you told me about this.
And we didn't kiss or anything, but we literally just were like, that was a date for sure. And then that was the summer I met you. So like that's where I was at. So I think I was starting to open myself up back to it
Yeah.
because I had even told my roommates that year, they were like, so do you think it was a date? And I was like, I think she thought it was a date, which is that's such bullshit. That's such
Right.
bullshit. I
But
knew it was a date.
you have to get there somehow.
I know.
And
I know.
I think I was coming from a spot where like I had wanted to be gay for so long and I was like told like you can't like don't. And that's why like that relationship that I talked about, I wasn't a good boyfriend. Like it was fully about like I have boyfriend. Did not
Yeah.
matter who. I was very serial monogamist in my
Yeah.
approach to that man. Like I was like I have boyfriend, look what I caught.
Yeah.
Um so I was like I think I was like screaming it from the rooftops and you were like whispering it from the sewers and it was a
Yeah.
really interesting kind of way that we like hold each
Yeah.
other.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
I forgot about this. I thought you were so cool because you had played the lead in so many musicals.
Oh well, yeah.
You are, but like I remember you being like Elle and Audrey and Wednesday, and I was like, oh my
She's in
God.
Vegas, which is cool as fuck.
I was like, she's so cool. Well, because also in my high school theater department, that was like my group. Like no one was rude or
Yeah.
mean to me. I just wasn't in like the group of friends that was like the main cast, you know, like I
Yeah.
never was there. And I was like, oh, look at me. And
Look
she
at
went to
me.
Tish. And
And I had
that's all
that
I'm
little
gonna
bit of
say on that.
information. I had that little bit of information. Maybe we'll book
Yeah.
club that one day. Um, but yeah, so that's yeah. I just wanted to know like more about that because that's so
Towards the end, you
literally
came around to it more. I think towards the end, you were like, I think I'm gonna turn on girls on Tinder. And I was like, do
yeah.
it. Just see what you like. I was like, what I think my biggest thing with dating apps, and I was saying this before this, I say this now to people who are joining it, is like you stop when you're not happy. Like turn on women, swipe for a little bit. If you're not feeling
Yeah.
it, turn it off. Like there's no
Yeah.
consequences. Stop when you're not happy. If you're single right now and online dating,
Yeah.
there's no consequences. Stop when you're not happy.
Stop when you're
Like,
not happy.
yeah,
It's totally fine. And also,
yeah,
like, I don't know. I still went through that several more years. Like,
yeah,
even when I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm a lesbian, I like would turn on men sometimes just to
yeah,
see. And I would talk to them and I'd be like, no, I'm not interested.
yeah. I
Like,
do
oh,
that when I'm
whatever.
feeling like I'll do that with women when I'm feeling when I'm single and feeling like, that kind
Yeah.
of back and forth of like for me, I think it's more like affirming that like, okay, every so often I will like hit a chord with a woman and we'll, go
Yeah.
with it. I've never had beyond like a third or fourth date with one. But like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like affirming that like, oh, that exists. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Yeah. Fierce. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. But yes,
Dark
we
ages.
I definitely told you when I started dating Rev because I started dating
Yes.
Rev my senior year of
Yes.
college. And then you told me you were like, I hate school. I think I'm gonna transfer to your school.
And I meant it at the time. I didn't, but I
Yeah.
meant it.
And it wasn't even necessarily because of me. Like you knew a lot of people that went there. So you were
I
just like,
did.
I think it would
And
be good.
I still wanted to do film. My college's film program, that was my sophomore year, I think. And because it was my sophomore year, and my college's film program was a joke. I found that out very quickly. And I was like, I gotta go somewhere else. And
I need to go where culture is.
I need to go where culture is. And I, okay, this is like a weird little other side quest that I was on during this time, but like, I almost got into Stanford, and it was like a whole weird thing that like took
I
up
don't
so
think I
much of
knew
my
that.
energy. Okay, so when I was applying to colleges, I applied
Hmm.
to Stanford. I wanted to go to Stanford. Stanford was my dream school, whatever. I got waitlisted. I'm going to take it. I did
Easy.
not get rejected from Stanford. I got
That's
waitlisted from
crazy.
Stanford, and I am thrilled with that. And so
Yeah.
my approach was okay, I'll do 2 years of gen ed at this school, and then I'll
Yeah.
apply to transfer to Stanford. And so
Right.
that's kind of what I was doing at that point. And then I was looking at transferring to Elon and all this, and then COVID hit. And so I
Hmm.
kind of just like was like, whatever. Like,
I mean, that kind of just put a damper on everything, didn't it?
yeah, yeah, that just kind of stopped a lot of things cold. But I was looking at Elon, I was looking at a lot of places, and I think like Stanford took up so much of my time that by the time the smoke cleared on that, I was like, okay, junior year, I'll apply to go
Yeah.
somewhere else. And then that didn't work either. Like it just was a
Yeah.
mess. But I forgot that I was like how in it I was trying to get into different schools, and I was
No,
like
like
working
I
with
was so
Stanford sophomore year.
excited.
Yeah.
I was like, I know we're only gonna be like crossing over 1 year, but like I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so
We'll have
fierce.
a riot.
And I was kind of originally before COVID happened, my plan was to stick around.
Yeah.
Because I knew some people who had graduated from my film program who stuck around and worked at the university for a couple years to like save up money
Yeah.
and like get some more experience under their belt before like moving to LA or New York or wherever they ended
Yeah.
up. Because the my school to LA pipeline was very big.
Still is.
Still is. Within that time, I like came out and visited. Like we
Yeah.
had seen each other, we had like hung out.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
it was very like occasional check in, like every couple months we'd check in. And then like if you
yeah.
were in town, we'd hang out. When you came to visit for a few weeks and we drove
Mhm.
around, that's when we had our first branding, when we had Costco bagels. I know it's not great, folks, but listen to my reasoning.
Okay.
You have to buy Costco bagels in packs of two. That was my reasoning. You
Okay.
have to buy. They come as a lot of different things, but you have to buy them as packs of two. Welcome to Bimbo Book Club. I like this name better.
Yes, everyone. Our original channel name was Costco Bagel. And I have to tell a story during this time,
Please.
during the dark ages, of something that happened. You took me to Costco for the first time. Because that was back when the person didn't have to actually be with you. So like you had
Yeah.
your parent card.
Oh, I no, I have my own member. I still do. I'm on my grandma's membership. That's my nepotism. Is I'm on my.
That's your nepotism. That's what it was. Okay, yeah. We went to Costco. It was my first time there. We did all the samples. We bought some naan. Um, we got pizza. You came out to me as non-binary in the Costco. That did happen. But
Forgot about that.
this was way before you brought it to the table, like for real. You were just like, hey, I think this is where I'm at. And I was like,
Right.
okay.
I think what it was for me, my gender, folks, it's really simple. I don't give a fuck. I have no like attachment to gender identity in general. So I'm very apathetic with gender, is what it comes down to. And to me, at that point, it had to be something big. So I was trying to use big, complex things to figure out something really, really simple. So I was still toying around with it, but I forgot that was like 2019. And I think I like hard launched in like late 2021. Like that, it was a minute before I like told anyone. I forgot I told you that earlier.
Yeah. I think you told me when you it just entered your like brain atmosphere. You were like, I think this is a thing. And let
That's
me
what it
tell
was,
her in
because I remember
Costco.
I remember thinking, why did I tell her? I remember thinking that and being like, I would have never told anyone when I was like questioning my sexuality this early. I remember almost like, lo and behold, you didn't give a fuck. Like, who
No.
cares? But like, I remember being like, I told her so early.
You did. You did. And in Costco, no less.
I wouldn't change a thing.
I wouldn't change a thing.
I
And then
would
I
change you
tried.
trying Costco pizza though.
You would?
Yeah, because you didn't like it. You
No,
said
I did.
you said it's pizza.
Well, it is pizza.
I have a video of it, and you say, I mean, it's pizza.
Okay, well, I really like it now because I just ate it. And if you were on our pre-show Patreon, which we don't have yet, but
Which
if you were
doesn't
here
exist.
before we press record, I was eating Costco pizza on live on air.
Live. And if you want a Patreon, folks, think about things like watching the footage that we have of the Paytas Prowl, or watching something else we're going to get to here really shortly.
Yeah.
We got a lot of archived content if there are enough people who care to view it.
Up our sleeves.
Up our sleeves. Whoa, stretchy sleeve. I was flying into your sleeve there.
Thank you.
Always. That was such a crazy time. Yeah, I have videos of you trying pizza. We did a lot of like, we're gonna vlog this. We did this at Disney as well. And then we take about 3 videos and then we go, okay,
we did it.
I think you and I both get hyper aware when there are people around. Right now, who cares? No one's around, no one's seeing us. But like vlogging in public always, like, we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then it's like, wait, there's people around.
And then it feels so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the dark ages. And I think that brings us right into something huge, don't you think?
My God. It brings us into something that needed to happen for our friendship and our friendship alone. And any damage or negative impacts it's had are worth it.
Worth it.
Fully. And that's coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Thank God we all agreed to start calling that COVID. Like,
I know. Corona is really, really like, that's bleak, you know?
Yeah. It's a town by me.
Yeah. And it's really harsh. Coronavirus. And we were all calling it like Miss Rona and like the Rona.
I had a lot of Miss Rona, the Rones.
Yeah.
That was bleak times. And I listen, folks, I'm about to not paint myself in the best light. I'm going to talk about, again,
I want you to tell it from completely different perspective.
I want to talk about what I was going on here. So,
please do.
Cheated on me because he had a belly button kink, right? We're going to call him Belly. Belly and I were together for like all of my freshman year, broke up summer between freshman and sophomore year. COVID's going to hit at the end of my sophomore year. So you have a timeline. We broke up for a while, and then around like early 2020, actually New Year's 2019, he and I hooked up again. And I said, can't go down from here. And then COVID hit.
It could.
And I kind of got over him a little bit and was like, I don't want to hang out with you. And I was like, I do want to hang out with you. And so I posted on my close friends story. I said, I'm isolating, which is true. I have really shit lungs. I grew up at elevation. I accidentally made mustard gas while I was cleaning a toilet. I didn't necessarily like work out to like keep my lungs healthy, whatever. So I had shitty lungs. I had to quarantine like 2 weeks before everyone else. I was in my studio apartment basically with like tarps taped over the windows. Because no one, like, that's what my doctor told me to do. They were like, we don't know how this spreads. We don't know anything. Yeah. Like, seal your... Oh, and there was a wildfire is why I had my window sealed, actually. Then I took it down. That makes more sense. But he did tell me, like, he was like, eat a lot of elderberry. And I was like, okay. Like,
it works.
Yeah.
As an Appalachian, it works.
Yeah. So just, like, weird shit like that. But I posted on my story, I was like, if anyone wants to FaceTime to keep me company, let me know. Belly immediately saw it and didn't say anything. And I almost took it down. But then I got a text. And what was going on the other end of that phone, girl?
On the other end was me. I was feeling really crazy and awful because I had just come out to my family thinking that the next time I would see them would be like my graduation and they would be like on my turf. And like I had talked about it with the therapist and I had like a
Yes.
very solid plan in place and everything felt like, yep, this is what I need to do. I'm in a serious relationship. Like I'm graduating
Yep.
college. College is paid for. Well, besides the debt.
The
But
debt.
on their end, anything that they were helping me with was paid for. So I was like, here we go. Go time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And you
yeah,
had a very strategic plan. You had a very intentional timeline. And a lot of that timeline obviously banked on school being in person and school
exactly.
continuing.
Exactly. And I basically was at my apartment all by myself because like my roommate went home, a lot of my friends went home. I still don't know why I didn't just stay in my apartment, but I think I was just like young and scared and I felt crazy and I was like, I think I need to go home. But at that point, I had not gone home yet. Um, or I had and I was back. I don't really remember because
I
I went
think
back and forth
I
a
think it
few
was one of
times.
the times you were back. Yeah.
Yeah, I went back and forth a few times because I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
And I saw that and like, wait, this is perfect because like I'm here all alone, but like, we can keep each other
Yeah.
company.
We can touch base
Um, Bitches, when I tell you all, we FaceTime that night, all night,
all night.
essentially, all night. We continued to for the entirety of when COVID, I'm not going to say when during COVID, because like COVID never really truly ended in any
Yeah.
sort of exact way, but like the entirety of the time when people were like locked down,
Eight
not
months.
going out. Yeah. We FaceTimed every single day for most of the day.
Yeah. So I would say it was an 8 month long FaceTime call. Like I feel confident saying that. Like we took breaks, we absolutely would, but like it was cold FaceTimes repeatedly throughout the day. I had my
Mhm.
roommates who I was living with who like I'm very close with them still, like great people, love them, but they had just started a relationship together. They were kind of doing their thing. And I also couldn't hang out a ton with people who were going out and they still had like jobs that they were going out for. So I was staying distanced. And we I can't imagine COVID without you. Like not to get to like the
No,
gross, like emotional side
no.
of it, but like if I had gone through that without truly having you on FaceTime the whole time, I would have made terrible decisions. And we made
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
decisions. We
We
didn't
made
make
terrible
great
decisions.
decisions. But like the decisions I would have made otherwise in that like isolation, echo chamber, whatever, deadly.
Yeah,
Deadly.
deadly.
Oh my God, that was so rough.
Yeah, no, that was a rough time, but it was fun. We would drink wine and we would take
That's
edibles
when I
and
started drinking. I didn't drink regularly before that. I had a
yeah.
few times that I'd like, been like, oh, I'll drink here and there. But then also at the time, I'm 19. My roommates are, in their 20s and we're trapped inside for 8 months. And I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all, I am like, I turned 20, during that
Yeah.
stretch. And I was like, I'm a year away. And they would go and they would pick me up a bottle of wine. And that's the first time that I like had nights with friends where it was like, oh, we're not getting drunk. We did have nights where we got drunk, but like we'll have a glass of wine and we'll talk and we'll just like yap. And the bits we did were so silly. One time we FaceTimed
Crazy.
each other and we're like, the whole time we're going to do a bit where we are sorority sisters who hate
Mhm.
each other
Mhm.
getting lunch. And
Mhm.
it was like probably an hour that we were on FaceTime. We
Yeah.
didn't break character. We didn't do anything. We
Yeah.
just talked to each other like we fucking hated each other.
It was so funny. I think that's when I go back to like when was the moment we became friends? I think it
Yeah.
was truly because I realized that you, similar to me, were not going to let a bit
Mm-hmm.
die.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
no one ever does that. People say that
No,
they don't let bits die. No, we fucking don't let a bit die.
we don't let a
Like,
bit die.
which is like,
And we
annoying.
certainly don't back
But
away at the first sign of a bit being lost. We're not saying we're climbing the whole time, but we say we
no.
lock in through like the dips of the bit too. Like when things
Yeah,
aren't working, we're still committed to the bit because we
exactly.
know it will work. We know where we want to
Exactly.
get it. But that
And yeah,
that
it
was
was just
what
like
COVID was.
it was pretty much just like pure mental illness on both of our
Yes.
parts. And I do think in order to do things like being on a FaceTime for hours and doing a complete and total character study of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever sorority
Girls who
girls
hate
or
each other. Yeah.
whoever, yeah, I think it was a pretty solid time, and I think we came out of it stronger.
We absolutely did. And we came out of it with our first series under our belt.
What was it called?
Disney Tea.
Yeah,
And it was where we took a bunch of Disney princesses and said this is what they would look like on testosterone. Um,
exactly. And it was super fun.
it was super fun and not at all a problem ever.
No.
Yes. No,
I
we
wish that's what we did, to be honest.
I wish that's what we did. So we started with the purest of intentions,
Yeah.
folks. It will happen. We have teased it. The time has not been right, and it's because we have such great reverence for this topic. But we started out talking about Buzzy the animatronic. If you don't know about Buzzy the animatronic, that's okay. You will. Hold off.
Yeah.
You will. Don't worry about it now. We'll talk about it so much that you'll be like, "Okay, I never want to hear about it again."
You'll know.
It's a fascinating real life whodunit. It has all of the aspects we care about. It's where I think we got, specifically me, got lost in the madness, maybe, and maybe entered a form of psychosis, I would argue, was the love for Disney was assumed by people consuming the content, and we didn't necessarily have that like immense
Mhm.
childhood is based on Disney. Like, especially me. I think you have, you grew up going to the
Yeah,
parks and
like a
stuff
little
more,
bit, but I
but still
always
not to the extent of like a Disney adult.
no, not like a Disney adult. Like I've said, I'm very into the parks and like the
Mm-hmm.
park culture, but not like Disney like characters and like
Yes.
princesses and like all of that stuff. I don't really have huge connection to. It's mostly just like the parks and the rides.
Mm-hmm.
And like the lore around the parks and the rides and things like that. And I do think we amassed a small but mighty following of people who felt the same way, but then also maybe were more Disney adult types, which is fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I
We
was
had
just
some great
preparing to discuss this era.
we had some great experiences with some really really nice, kind Disney
Yes.
adults who are great, and
Of
you
all
know,
kinds. I mean, like, I'm talking like I still am TikTok mutuals and gas up a girl who like fully commits to Rapunzel cosplays. Like
yeah,
cosplays Disney princesses, lip sync, does stuff that I would not imagine doing. But like
yeah,
very sweet, very kind. Some people just like chill and no longer make Disney content either or whatever, except for the fuck you. You can bleep their name. I don't like them.
who?
They were one of the TikTok accounts, so there were a few of them. I forget who one of them was, but there was this one bitch who just straight up stole all of our content and would repost it, and she had more of a following. And then whenever we would do a topic and post about it, they like a few weeks later would be talking about the same topic.
So we influence Disney content culture in ways that
Yes,
you were not privy to or you would never understand.
never understand. And we had good takes because we weren't bootlicking Disney. We
Yeah,
weren't
yeah, like, we
bootlicking
were, like,
Disney.
criticizing Disney and, like,
Yeah.
talking
It
about some
wasn't
really
pro
interesting
Disney
things.
content. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like, this is what we enjoy. Obviously,
uh-huh,
it's amusement park. You're going to be amused, as previously said.
yeah,
But like, there's shady stuff or interesting stuff. A lady who got medical permission to ride Tower of Terror because it cured her or like helped her
uh-huh.
endometriosis pain. That's crazy. Let's talk about that. Maybe I cried about the country bears.
Maybe you did, and
And you
maybe
know
you did.
what? That's one of the things I don't regret because I watched it a few weeks ago and guess what?
You cried.
I cried. I need to explain this to people
Please.
because I feel like
Yeah,
I don't I feel like I get shit on too hard for this.
okay.
Folks, the Country Bear Jamboree movie is not good. You should watch it. It's not good. I love puppetry. Um, the end of the movie is a found family trope in which a bear who has been raised by humans um
Mhm,
reunites
mhm,
all of the bears in the Country Bear Jamboree for one last concert to save their old concert hall.
uh-huh.
At the end, the bear who has been raised by humans turns to leave before they go on stage. And the main bear says, "Where are you going?" And he says, "I'm just going out to the audience to watch the show." And he says, "The audience? That's a weird place for a country bear to sit." And it's like he found his people, he found
Found
his
family.
family.
Found
Okay,
family trope.
yeah.
You're a sucker for the found family trope. Like,
The two shows that I cry the most at are The Middle and Modern Family, which could mean nothing. Anyway, I cried extensively about that. There, we did themed outfits sometimes for different things, and I really leaned into the content creation side of it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But attention and validation is one hell of a drug, folks,
hell of a drug.
especially in isolation and a time where you can't see people.
Mm-hmm. A time where even getting noticed by some people that, you know, may not have been the best people to be noticed by. More on that, you know, another day, another time, another life.
We already talked about that.
Oh, yeah,
on the
we did.
Disney
Never
Adults
mind.
episode when we got stalked.
No, you're right. We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, even that, great. It was scary, but it was great, you know?
Yeah, it was one that I feel like also with you, and this is just luck. Mama, this is just luck. Things always stop at just the right time. Things always stop before they go really, really south. For example, you got me out of a bar before I got roofied. Like, you know, we got followed and DM'd a few times by a Disney urban explorer. And then that kind of dropped off. Yep. So we're good.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
we always work it out.
That's stupid.
We always work it out.
We always work it out. Breaking news, folks. We've just decided to make this a twofer.
Yeah. So we're going to pause here. Come back next week to see how this story ends. Spoiler alert. We're here now.
Spoiler alert. We make it.
We made it.
The thing I will say is we are starting next week with Jade arriving in Los Angeles. We are starting next week with us finally being in the same city, which hysterically is the time in which we made no content. Absolutely no content made.
No content at all.
Which I love for us, because I feel like we also just lock in on hanging out with each other. But like,
we do. We're like, oh, we're in the same city. Okay.
Hi. Like,
okay. We want to be together.
You know, all we have are these stories. So next week, children, gather around and we'll tell you about the party girl days. God. We survived.
Buckle up. And thank you for indulging us. I know we'll get back to like pop culture content, but we just wanted to give a little backstory. You know, I know we're not famous or anything, but I think it's fun to hear people talk about how they met their friends, significant others. Like, I think that's really fun. Yes. So I hope you're enjoying listening to this too, listening to us go down memory lane. I'm sure at some point we'll get emo, so you have that to look out for. But
absolutely,
it'll be great.
Yeah, and also I think it adds a fun context to it where it's like, oh, that's why they give a shit about Trisha Paytas. Like, again, we've never been like, oh my God, Trisha Paytas is the best. But the commitment to the bit of finding Trisha Paytas is what has made Trisha Paytas a cornerstone of our friendship. And it's not a pretty cornerstone, but we're proud of our cornerstones.
We love our cornerstone.
We're a fucky little Weasley house, and we're proud of it.
Yay! Yeah, this is so fun. Okay, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
See you next week. Oh, wait. We want to say. Ooh, this is who do we?
Since it's Valentine's Day, they were filming. We want to say hi to Saint Valentine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say our significant others.
Oh, and our significant others.
And XOXO to all our little bimbos.
Bye, guys.
Bye.